All right, this is bad here. Look at all these folders and files. I know a lot of us like to keep our folders and files on our desktop, and frankly, I do too, but I do it in a different way so that I would never lose anything. If my computer were to crash and I were to have to give it in, it's very possible that these files I would never see again, and that would make me very, very sad. So let's talk about a little data protection using an alias. What we're going to do is create an alias to our Google Drive. And we're going to put all this stuff into our Google Drive very simply. So here we go. I'm going to go into my Finder, open it up to my home directory, select my Google Drive, but I'm going to right-click on it or control-click. And I'm going to choose Make Alias. And what this does is make a shortcut to this folder. This really isn't very big at all. I'm actually going to take this, and this is what I'm going to put on my desktop. Right there, Google Drive Alias. And if I want, I can even change the name. I can tell it's an alias because I see this little arrow there. This is nothing more than a window into my Google Drive. If I lose this, I can always create it in the same way I just did. So now what I need to do is to take all my files and drag them right in. But that might get really messy. You know what? I'm going to create a new folder by right-clicking on my desktop or control-clicking and choosing New Folder. I'm going to call it Backup. There we go, and I'm going to select these. I'm going to select these. I'm going to throw them in my backup folder. And then I'm going to take this backup folder, and I'm going to put that in my Google Drive. Now that's going to be backed up and synced. I can tell because look at my Google Drive working. That's great. That's really good. If I want to get to my drive real quickly, I can select this, and boom, I'm right in my drive. So that's a very handy way to take some stuff and then drop them into wherever I would like. There, now all my files are being backed up and they're safe. So, what do you use your desktop for? Well, here's what I do. At the end of every day, or at the end of every other day, I look at my desktop before I go home, or before I put my computer down, and I go, these files here, I need to make a decision. Do I back them up to my Google Drive, or do I trash them? Do I need them? Or can I get rid of them? And I make that decision and I act upon it so that very frequently my desktop is completely empty. So in this assignment, I want you to rewind this to the beginning and create an alias to your Google Drive on your desktop and back everything up. Get it in there. One final note here is this. If I click on my desktop and I go to Preferences for my Finder, I can do something pretty cool. Under General, I can say New Finder Window. What's that going to show? Anytime I open up my Finder, do I want it to show my desktop? If I do that and I click on it, my desktop is highlighted, and that's not very helpful. I like it to say something else. So I go to Other, and a Finder window pops up and say, hey, show me my Google Drive every time I open a Finder window. So now, when I click Finder, boom, my Google Drive is right there for me to drag stuff into. So there's a bit of advice. Let's clean off our desktops and make sure our important information is backed up to our district Google Drive account.